looking for you. You better watch your back. I'm coming through. So get out of the way, 'cause I'll bring you down. I'm gonna make you pay. I'll rev it up. Can you hear the sound? Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. And let's not forget whose house we're in. Oh, and by the way, you can't stay, so pack your bags and leave this up. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, are you ready? Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Hey, welcome to the show. Here we are and I'm ready to go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to the occasion and put your hands in the air.
Always on top, always gonna win. Never giving up, never giving in. Always on top, always gonna win. Never giving up, never giving in. Next stop, track bound, you're going straight down. I wasn't born to lose. Keep in mind by the time that you leave here, you'll be singing the blues. Always on top, always gonna win. Never giving up, never giving in. Always on top, always gonna win. Never giving up, never giving in. The next stage, front page, you know you're going down. I know I've done this before.
card, so it was probably a blessing in disguise
Okay.
that I lost.
I got gas last night, but not that way.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. K-Bear 101. Now, get on that microphone, Kay. Okay, Kay. All right. Okay, are you ready to talk? You don't have, you know what? Turn these on, Kay. Can you turn the speakers on for them? Yeah. They can actually hear what's going on. But anyway, Kay, I've known you quite a while. I grew up with Mama and Papa Son Thurkelson. I think most people knew. When you say Otto, I mean, honestly, it's funny because your dad, you just say Otto, and everyone knows. There's Cher, Madonna, and then in the boating high-performance arena here in Salt Lake City, your dad was Otto.
Correct.
So when they say Thurkelson, that's hard to say. Thurkelson.
H is silent, yes.
I didn't even, it goes to show how much I know. But anyway, I want to talk about what we got going on here because you got a cool, what do you call it, like a something with an M.
The show is called Keeping Memories Alive.
There you go. All right. And we're going to do it at Valley Fair Mall, and it's on Sunday, right?
Sunday, September 10th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay. Now, the good part about this is if you have a boat, come. If you have a Chevelle, a hot rod, if you have a motorcycle like Casey Beard.
Race car.
Or you have like a really cool Lego set of cars like Beer Buddy Ron.
There you go.
You bring your Lego sets down, and we're going to celebrate and have a good time. All right, now what's going on with BACA? I saw that on the poster. We're buddies with BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Right.
What's going on with those guys?
BACA is the charity of choice that I made this year, so all proceeds will go to Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Oh, cool. Those guys are cool.
Awesome.
I know, it's great. I love it. Not to speak for my brother, but my brother had this girl who had a baby with him, and she married a nightmare. This is a true story. And my brother's going to love me talking about it because my real name's Corey Draper, and he's on my Facebook page going, shut the... But he did, like, usually it's like the guy's the bad guy. The guy's the bad guy. But in my brother's case, he had a baby. Now she's 20-something years old. But the mother married a nightmare, like a true nightmare. Out west here, I won't say what city. Starts with an M. But
Yeah.
it got really bad. And you know what? Bikers Against Child Abuse, BACA, they got involved, and it's amazing. They would go out there almost every night, and they'd park in front of the house. And when this nightmare guy came home, they'd just be sitting there looking at him, talking to him, discussing, like, "Hey, what your choices? They're not going to work." Oh, I swear to God, my brother. I know my brother would not mind me talking about it because mostly you hear about charity work, but you never hear anything like maybe sometimes someone will come in, but you hear BACA a lot. I think over the last 10, 20 years.
Right.
But it helped my brother dramatically with his daughter, who you've met quite a few times.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, there's a nightmare at home, and there really is.
Sometimes that's the way to handle it.
So I love BACA. When I saw BACA, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I'll bring my brother down anyway. You guys can meet him. Do you guys remember Grizzly Adams? Mm-hmm. My brother looks like Grizzly Adams. Yeah. Don't be scared. When he walks up, he has that big hair, and he looks, and he's got you. He talks like this, by the way. He'll go, "Hey, Kay." He'll say Thurkelson,
really?
But no, it's Turkelson. But no, I like BACA. So obviously, if you're a biker, I know you got your bike. I'm gonna head down.
I'll head out.
We'll have a lot of fun. And is your dad now with autos? I drive by there all the time.
Right.
Is it still like a performance shop?
No, it's not.
That's what I thought, because I'd look over there and go, God, maybe I'll go in there and just see what the heck. But I drive by there all the time, and not all the time, but once a week.
Right.
And I'm stalking there about the old days, so I can talk about my Eliminators and Advantage boats and stuff.
Right.
But when it comes to high performance, did any of your mechanics, because I knew a handful of your mechanics, did they break off and go to other locations that you know of, or?
It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
And we've lost contact with a lot of employees. So I honestly don't know. I'm sure I've heard of a couple of them, going a couple of different places, but I don't know exactly where they're at.
Hey, maybe we'll see them at Keeping Memories.
Yeah, well, a couple
so.
of your mechanics have sons, and they're in local bands. So when we go to like Liquid Joe's, the Royal, and whatnot.
Gary Watson.
I was going to say,
His son.
I keep talking about everybody without permission. Like I throw everyone under the bus. I'm talking about my brother, and now we're talking about Gary. But yes, his son.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I just wanted to say that, small world.
Right.
People are rocking in and rolling and whatnot. Now, I've told you stuff about your dad. Your dad, I know you're a big fan of your dad. I know your dad is kind of like as a friend, not as dad, and not as pop.
Right.
This is your dad, Otto, with me. All right, and you know your dad's voice. He was kind of like Santa Claus. You know that good old voice with the big chuckly voice? Yeah. He's a good old boy. I would go to Lake Havasu with your dad. I got into Eliminator boats, which are so affordable on gasoline, by the way. If you don't have $400, well, first I started with a Sea Ray at Deuce Marine, which was pretty cool. I think remember we'd go down to
I remember that.
and that's a pretty cool boat.
Sea-Rays are
Impressive, yes.
Then I made a big mistake financially. Now, I love your dad big time, but this was a big mistake. This is a true story. I go to Deuce Marine. Back in the day, I pay like $25,000 for a boat, which is a lot of money even today. But I buy a brand new Sea Ray. I strip it off. I do all this stuff. I make it look sexy like an Eliminator, but it's still not an Eliminator. Around lakes here in Salt Lake City, it's kind of a cool boat. I make a mistake, and I go down to a place called Lake Havasu. I see all these
With
girls.
a Sea Ray?
Yes. I go to this place called Copper Canyon. There's 700 bikini girls jumping up and down. They have the little pasty things on the things, and there's all these Eliminators, Warlocks, skaters, American Offshore, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in a Sea Ray, And I tinted the windows even. I went down to tint specialist, and I'm there at Copper Canyon going, man, this ain't gonna do it. So I go, who the hell has race boats back town? And that's where I met your dad. One of my friends goes, hey, I'm gonna make sure you spend like $10, $20, $100,000 during your classic K-Bear days at Autos. So I go down. That's where I met your dad, and he goes, well, see this blue Eliminator, and it was his own boat. You guys remember with the crane?
Right, of course.
All right, so Kay's dad, he built this badass. It was a badass trailer, and it had a cage that held wave runners above it, and then it had like a crane. Mm-hmm. So it's so cool. You back your boat in, and then it has a crane that would get the wave runner out of the water.
Well, that's easy.
I didn't even care about the boat. Cool. It was the trailer, because I thought, you know what? How cool. I'm just going to pick out wave runners, and all the chicks are going to want me. Guess how many girls I got because of that device? None. I got none. So then I'm like, well, if I go like 70, 80 miles an hour, that'll get me all the girls. Like, all the girls are going to die, man, if I'm the fastest on the lake. So I get down there, and by then I buy your dad's boat.
Okay.
And which was like 70. I mean, you were on it, Casey. I mean, that's pretty fast on the water. Everybody thinks they can go 100, and I'm like, no, you can't. But 70 on the water is pretty fast. I get down to Havasu. And John Price, who used to own, was it KCPX?
Owns this building.
Yeah, does he still own this building?
I don't think so.
Okay, if he does, then I got to stop talking.
He might.
Okay, I don't care. I can't stand John Price, and I don't care if he owns. And he owned a lot of stuff back then. I run into him. This is true. I don't even care. John's down there, and he's kind of an arrogant guy, and he's worth $100 million. Very successful guy. I'm there having a good time, and I run into a lot of strippers at Golden Trails at the time. It's called Trails now. I see all these girls with this older guy, and I go, oh, my God, look at that guy, typical rich guy with the little trinket girls. It ends up being John Price. And I'm like, I walk up and go, what are you girls doing here? They're like, oh, I'm with this guy right here. I turn over and go, oh, my God, it's that butthole that owns KCPX, John Price.
Anyway, Keeping Memories Alive is coming up September 10th, 11 to 4 p.m. at the Valley Fair Mall.
So I tell John.
We'll see you out there.
So I see John, and
right
I go,
after these commercials.
I go, hey, John. I go, hey, I'm Corey. How you doing? And he owned Cottonwood Mall at the time. Okay. Well, I lost the plant. I used to own a bar called the Power Plant, and he owned the building. Well, once he found out I worked for K-Bear, he got rid of my lease, and I lost the power plant. So here's this butthole, and I'm with your dad. I'm with all my friends and stuff, and I'm with here's John Price with all these little hoary girls, and I'm like, what the hell, man? So he goes, let's go race. Well, he's got a boat. He's got this boat that goes like 85 miles an hour, and mine can only go like 70-something. And I'm with your dad, and I'm like, you know what? When we get back, I want to go 90 miles an hour. I'm going to totally mop ass with this guy's face. So what do? I get back over the next month or two. I'm giving your dad, where's that $500, Kay? I would recreate what I used to do with your dad. It's all my checks at K-Bear would go to your dad.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you very much. So if I know you got some of your dad's bad, like the El Camino and stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you all the money I made at K-Bear back in the 80s and 90s went to your dad so I could go 1 mile an hour faster than a guy worth $100 millionaire in his pocket. But he's still a jerk-off.
And Keeping Memories Alive will be September 10th.
Can someone find out who owns this building? Because if it is John, it was nice knowing you, Kay.
It's not us. We're moving.
This is on the final Corey and Kate. Well, no, it's a Casey Baird and Ron. Hey, Ron, you're the co-host.
I have nothing to do with this.
No, but I swear to God, I could talk 5 hours about my auto, your dad,
that would be great.
and stuff.
We'll do it next time.
You know half
Corey.
the stories. Quit trying to pretend. Gabrielle wasn't even born yet. Lisa's like, what the hell, man? You're trying to find your underwear from Wendover last night. All right.
No, it is.
I'm gonna be full of crap. If you get one of those cordless mics, can we help out and stuff? We'll we'll help you guys host. And I'll tell crappy stories about wild crap with John Price, who probably owns Valley Fair Mall.
And I'll be on the other side.
Does John own Valley Fair Mall? If he does,
Oh,
I'll
boy.
be. I might have to be on the curb. He probably won't let me go in there. His little testarossas. All right, guys. Well, Valley Fair Mall. It is next Sunday, and you know what? The price. Guess how much it costs?
It's free.
It's free, boys and girls. So let's have a good time, man. Boats and cars, and we'll remember, and Mama too, man. I knew your mom because I'd have to give her all my money. Your dad never took a dime from me, by the way,
No?
but your mom did. All of it.
course.
All of it. She
Smart
was
lady.
She was the end all be all. She was the one that's like, okay, here, go here, and then she go, I'll see you in 3 months when you want to upgrade or get rid of that.
Right.
Cause in case he has the same problem, he buys something, and then 3 months later, you want something else.
Right.
It's like, I need something more shiny and faster. So,
Hey, Corey, one thing I want everybody to know about the Keeping Memories Alive show, if you don't mind my sharing, is it is all about keeping memories alive and those that we have lost, in our lives. Everyone has had a loss in their life of some significance, and this is a day of honor and memory, and we're focusing only on the positives. It's kind of like the Festival of Trees. However, it's on a more personal level because we're asking participants to bring and share a memorial of either a loved one or a pet that they've lost. The thing that makes it more personal is the people that are displaying the memorials are right there. You go to the Festival of Trees, and sure, there's a picture or a story, but you don't have anyone to talk to that has that emotions, that connection with that person that has been lost. And for me, my parents have been gone 20 years. I'm still grieving. I'm still healing. But I appreciate people that come and talk to me. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I don't want sympathies. I just want those good memories. Share those good memories with me.
That's really
So
cool.
that's what I'm asking. And if you notice there, Corey, it's not only in honor of my mom and dad. I added an extra honorary, honoree, and that would be Mike Marvadakis.
mm-hmm.
And the reason, he was a BACA member.
Oh,
and
nice.
so
I
that's
love that.
where I got the charity. I chose the charity, but I had a major influence this year.
Nice.
When I started to prepare for the show this year, I wanted to dig further into the research of my dad's racing career.
Oh, yeah.
And it was at that time that I met Mike's son, Nick Marvadakis, and he was telling me about his dad being involved in BACA, and also had mentioned that he had lost his dad back in January. So in choosing the charity for this year, I thought, this is a charity my mom and dad would definitely support. And so I added that on there
Nice.
for the Marvadakis family.
Well, it's Sunday, September 10th. Everyone knows where Valley Fair Mall is, and roughly about 11 o'clock, everything kicks off. And if you're going to bring your car, bike, or truck, or just yourself, get there a little early to set up and pre-position and stuff. And I can't wait, man. I love it. I know I'm going to know half the crowd, and I've only told you about 1% of stories with your dad.
Yeah.
You're like, keep memories alive. I'm like,
We've had enough of those
Yeah.
stories tonight, there, Corey.
I remember one time the Swedish bikini models were, no, I'm just kidding. Okay.
We're
All
actually
right.
going to have two local bands playing.
Oh, who is it? I didn't even know that.
I'm sure if you've been at the Royal, you know Fear of Rejection.
Okay, gotcha. One down. Who's
and
the other
then
one?
the other one is Hearsay.
Okay.
And then the comedian is Eric Capu, EK. He's a wonderful entertainer, comedian, and a good friend of mine. And then all the food will be provided by Smokabilly Barbecue. I'm sure you've had his food. Jason Greer,
See our
amazing
stomachs?
food.
Look at our stomachs. We're not that hot like 25 years ago, Kay, when you saw us in our little Speedos and our members-only cuts. All of us look pregnant in here that are guys, by the way. So
Hey, I remember you back in the day.
yeah, me too, because I go to Facebook.
remember my dad talking about you.
Oh, no, your dad thought I was insane.
Yes, he
But he
did.
loved it, though. He's like, God, you're insane. Okay, let's go boating. No, seriously, you know what? I think I'm a really good boater. I learned everything from your dad, by the way. I can drive any boat, even a 400. Like my friend Craig used to own a $500,000 race boat. He'd trust me driving it because I can drive it just by using the throttles, not even the steering wheel. And your
Right.
dad's the one who showed me how to boat. And,
Right.
Yeah, so I owe your dad quite a bit, man. And
So he taught you everything other than how to pick up hot chicks? Is
yes,
that it?
yes. Well, moving right along. There seems to be some girls there, but yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, anyway, thank you, Kay.
Hey,
And-
thank you for helping us out here and your support.
yeah, and we'll be out
Really
there, man. It's
appreciate
on a
it.
Sunday. That's my day off to hang out
Right.
anyway, and everyone knows Valley Fair Mall. All
Wonderful.
right, guys, keeping memories alive. Thank you, Kay, and thanks, guys, in the background.
Thank you.
Still coming up, they're live at the Whiskey right now. They're on stage doing sound check. My buddy's right there with George Lynch and Sean McNabb. 20 minutes. They said 9 o'clock they'll have sound check done. They're going to be on the show. We're going to play some brand new stuff, and we're going to have a good time. So, all right.